I said, did you know this pot is a drum? Broden, what the fuck?
You were just playing it wrong.
When you came to me 15 years ago, you told me that everything was a drum.
Everything is a drum.
I left my wife. I let you drum on my penis.